Lightning 100, welcome back live into the studio, 9:04 on this Friday morning, and we are joined by two very special guests. We've got Jonathan with WME and our buddy Grimey here in the studio.
Yeah.
Great to see you, my friend.
Whoa, what a week.
We've talked about you, obviously, a fair amount on the air this week, Mike. Grimey, a Nashville institution. Folks, I'm sure have heard the tornadoes came through and did some very serious damage. One of the tweets, though, that really started me seeing the comeback already in action, Mike, and I think it was the next night. It was from Dave Paulson. He went out to New Faces night, and you were there, running sound, switching over the bands, doing the intros.
That's what I do every Tuesday.
I was like, you know what? We're going to be all right.
That's
Mike's
right.
down at OG Basement.
Business as usual.
Oh, dude. Well, I remember 12 years ago, the greatest honor would be if you happen to be running sound for a New Faces night. My band was lucky a long time ago to have this. And then a few songs in, start trying out some effects. And with your taste, I always trusted your effects on the vocals. And that's a pro move right there.
That's taking some liberties that mostly have turned out pretty well.
I'm so glad you're owning
From my
that.
musical background.
I was worried you were going to try to deny that's what was going on. So we've got something amazing to announce here in just a second, but I think folks would really love to hear, just from your perspective, Mike, what that night was like. There was a Get Out the Vote event happening out there at the Basement East. Lissy was playing an array of amazing musicians. What was it like from your eyes, Mike?
Well, I wasn't there, actually.
Oh, wow.
No. All of my perspective is from is couch side, basically, once I got the phone call.
Okay.
But I can tell you that the event wrapped up, probably 11:30 or so.
Mm-hmm.
And we can talk about, and Lissy was the last performer. We can talk about that in just a little bit.
Amazing.
And so everybody left, and our staff were preparing to leave about, 5 minutes before the tornado hit. And I do not believe that the sirens had gone off yet. But we have two employees, Josh Williams, Jacob Wright, and our MOD, Billy M. And they stepped outside to smoke a cigarette.
Okay.
And because they normally hang inside right where the bar is and kind of have a beer and relax before they stepped outside and they saw the green cloud, over in the Nations area.
Wow.
And two of them had been in a tornado before. And they immediately grabbed the other four employees of ours, ran downstairs into the basement. There was a car full of people who were driving up the alley, and they jumped out of the car with their dog, came inside. Josh, our sound guy, went and knocked on Attaboy's patio door. There were two people hanging there and said, "Come to the basement right now."
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they chose to go another route, and they're the two that didn't make it. So, But
My goodness.
our guys saved some lives, and it's really insane. That's kind of, and then the rest.
Well, and one of the things that you notice if you've ever been to the Basement East or the OG Basement is that the crew, the staff who are working there, they love each other, they love music, they love what they do. It's very obvious and very clear. That obviously speaks to the kind of folks that you hire. Now, as so let's go ahead and announce something. Are you guys ready for this? All right. So I'm trying, this is just unbelievable. So the response from people have been chomping at the bit to come help, particularly over at the Basement East, it seems like. Have you felt that?
Oh, we've had so many guardian angels, people who are going to come and help out our staff, with some, help, give some future fiscal help. Honestly, our angels are intact, and they've really helped us, and we're set. We have to rebuild. We will rise, as my name's saying. We will rise.
That's right.
But let's just completely let's really look beyond this and say, if you're looking to, contribute, then contribute to. We'll talk about that in just a second. But if you're looking to do, boots on the ground kind of stuff, basically. Reach outside. You can reach further into East Nashville. You can reach to Germantown.
Yep.
You can reach to North Nashville. You can go all the way up the 50-mile stretch that were affected.
Yep.
Basically, we've got enough hardcore people that want to help the Basement East, and we're great. Honestly, thank you, and thank you to all of our family and everybody that wants to help us out. We love y'all. I'm saying there's other people that need your help.
Right.
even more than we do now.
Like just such an amazing sort of show of empathy and understanding, because obviously that image, it immediately seemed like this is going to be kind of like this lasting image where the I Believe in Nashville mural still up as the rest of the Basement East kind of collapsed in.
And Mike, to your point, we will rise.
Absolutely.
We're
Well,
going to be stronger than ever after
it's
all
what I
this.
kept seeing on your socials too. It was like you could feel the question coming from the people reading your post, and you say, "We've already talked about it. We will rise."
Actually,
again.
it's kind of like we will rise. We already talked about it.
That's I want to get this in the right order because we're going to use this.
It came to me immediately, and I was like, "That's kind of it." It's like, there's, now we just move on. It's like we don't have. There's no discussion about it. It's like you don't have to ask that question anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's with everybody else. It's like, you know what? We will all rise. We'll just we're going to get these cinder blocks back in place, and we're going to get all the things that. And honestly, I think that this will galvanize the city in a greater way than ever before, and will be bigger and better than ever.
Yeah.
Very
That's
well
the only
said.
way. That's the only way you can look at this.
That's right.
Well, and there's going to be an amazing opportunity for folks to come together, of course, in the name of music. The reason that so many of us are here in Nashville, Tennessee in the first place. This is happening on Monday, Jay. Are we past embargo time?
Yes,
Did we make it?
are indeed. So, yes, Monday, March 9th. So just a few days out at Marathon Music Works, there's going to be a benefit show to support a newly created fund called To Nashville With Love. And I'm just going to kind of throw it back to you, Mike and Jonathan, to kind of tell us about how this came about and who we can expect to see at Marathon Music Works this Monday
Jonathan,
night.
you want to talk about this?
Yeah. So,
Jonathan.
so Tuesday, all of us woke up to hundreds of text messages. Saw the devastation, and one of my friends who's a part of this and who's helping lead and get this all started lives on Holly Street. Just couple hundred yards from the Basement East and 5 Points, and I called him, make sure he was okay. He was fine. But he asked me to bring him some supplies, so we got down there, brought some supplies, and this was Super Tuesday, right? So
that's right.
My kids' school was closed because their school was a precinct. So had my kids with me all day at work, but they were coming later. But when I got there and saw the devastation, just like my heart sank, right? And so I'm normally the guy who's like, get my dirty jeans on, get some gloves, let's cut down some trees, let's like nail whatever. I couldn't do that day.
Yep.
So Charlie Pierce, who manages Yola, who I work with, called me up and she said, "I've got a crazy idea." And
This was Yola's idea?
well, this was Charlie Pierce's idea.
Cool.
Yeah, and Yola was great to help us all, and she made a lot of calls. So if you want to know when one Type A person calls another Type A person and says, "Hey, I've got a crazy idea," well, this is what happens.
This is
right?
happening.
Yeah.
Works, huh?
So she called me and said, "Hey, I've got a crazy idea. Let's try to put on a benefit concert, right?"
Wow.
And like I said, I had my kids with me, so I wasn't doing manual labor. So I said, "All right, I'm on it." So we just started calling everyone. So Tuesday at noon, we started calling every artist we knew, every manager, and we called Grimey, we called Marathon, and we got, for the most part, got all this set up within 24 to 48 hours. Now, Grimey means so much to the city, and means so much to everybody, and while, like he said, everyone is reaching out about the Basement East, and it's because, Mike, you mean so much to everybody, and we wanted you to be a part of this. But to Mike's point, this is not about him and not about the Basement East. This is about everyone. So this event, To Love with Nashville, is
Or To Nashville With Love.
To Nashville With Love.
Okay,
We're going to get it there. We're getting it there.
I said it wrong.
We're playing verbiage games today. Don't worry.
So let me, for the record, To Nashville With Love.
There we go.
It's going to benefit a lot of people. And yesterday, we started making calls to get sponsors, and so far we already have right around $150,000 worth of sponsorship built up.
Fantastic.
Wow.
So that's just before the show even starts.
This is people just waiting for their opportunity to help. And once you see it, you're like, okay, this is what my role is. This is the same as you, man. Like you were out there with a chainsaw, but your greatest skill set may well be this thing that you're doing now, putting together something just wild that we wouldn't have even imagined a week ago. Grimey, what do you think, man?
And some of these sponsors include State Farm, Smile Direct Club, Yazoo Brewing,
Yep.
Tito's Handmade Vodka, SunTrust Sports and Entertainment Group, Ariat Boots, Project 615, Light, Lyte, Boot Barn, OneCity, Concord, and 46 Entertainment.
Wow, what a group.
But it's proudly supported by Hardees.
Right on.
that's awesome.
They get the biggest byline, I believe.
Okay, come on, that's great.
And Lightning 100, of course,
Hey,
presents.
man, we're happy to be involved in any way.
That's right.
So we better list the artists, and people are going to lose their minds, rightfully so, and the tickets are going to sell very fast. Just a heads up for everyone as you're listening. Buckle in. Jay, are we ready?
It's an amazing list. So, Jonathan, you mentioned Yola. So, obviously, that's kind of where this started. But Yola going to be performing Monday night at Marathon Music Works. I don't want to say, you guys
we could do
turns
here, Jay.
or
Let's
something.
trade. All right, Lee Tasjan is on the bill.
Yes, Brandi Carlile is on the bill.
Ashley McBryde.
Yes.
We've got brothers Osborne,
Dan Auerbach. How about that?
Jason Isbell.
Oof. Man, Katie Pruitt.
That's right, Kendell Marvel.
Yes, Margo Price.
Got Old Crow Medicine Show.
Sadlver Vaden on the bill.
Sheryl Crow is on the bill, as is Soccer Mommy.
That lineup is ridiculous. This is one night. This is Monday. Marathon Music Works. It's
That's
to
right.
Nashville with love. Are we feeling it or what?
Oh yeah,
It's
and
incredible.
the poster says performances by and includes my name. I have no idea
So
what kind of performance you guys are
this is what we
expecting.
this is what we wanted to talk to you about. This is why we brought you
Live
here.
on air, right?
Are you guys putting me on the spot right
Putting you
now?
on the spot.
Yeah, okay, first question. Have you ever seen Double Dare? Okay. Just It's a challenge course. No,
So what? It's such an.
I'm up to the task.
Sometimes
I'll go
you
for
are.
it.
Jay and I have learned this. Sometimes you get signed up for a stage announcer, you go make the best of it, you know?
Sure.
As if
right.
you're nervous.
But is that a performance?
That
It's
is-
like, okay, that's a whole. It might be a whole different thing. We'll see.
We wanted you on the poster, man. You mean everything to all
Well,
of us.
the way I view you, you are art. So whatever you do is a performance, man.
Yes, so I do believe tickets are on sale as of right now.
Okay.
Now that we've made the announcement, the website to visit, to NashvilleWithLove.org. Also on the socials, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Actually, I take that back. Facebook is at To Nashville With Love, Instagram To Nashville With Love, and then Twitter To Nash with Love, T-O Nash with Love. Going to get that trending and get your tickets while you can. To NashvilleWithLove.org is the website. They're on sale right now. $75 with the proceeds going to benefit the newly created fund, To Nashville With Love. We've got Jonathan and Mike Grimes here in studio. And let's go ahead. Should we play some Yola real quick?